Hi everybody, so today's video is going to be a Selena Quintanilla makeup inspired look using the products that I already owned. So I'm going to walk you through on how I achieved this look. I hope you enjoy. I've already applied my foundation, concealer, powder, and I went ahead and filled in my eyebrows. I tried to mimic Selena's eyebrows without steering away too much from the shape of mine, just by rounding in the corners. With Selena's look, she always had a very classic look. So we're going to keep everything very flesh tone, very nude, very subtle. I'm going to be starting off on my brow bone with the Carlibybel palette in this lightest shade. So I'm just going to apply that on the brow bone, and you don't need to be too neat with this because you'll be blending the product down. So once you're happy, just bring the product down into the crease because that's where we'll start blending. Onto my lid, and I'm going to be using the Gwen Stefani palette in the shade Skin. And just use any flat shader brush that you have and just apply that. Now remember, you can use any shade you want that's complementary to your skin tone. So once you have your lids and your brow bone completed, then we're going to start with the crease. I'm going to use a medium brown. You can use any medium brown you want. You can even use a bronzer if you like. I'm going to be using 1987 from the Gwen Stefani palette, and just applying a little bit of product. You just want to slightly define the crease, but not too much. And just bring it into the outer V. And just make sure there's no harsh lines. And then go in with the other eye. Selena always had a cat eye, so she always had a baby winged liner. So I'm going to use my Inglot 77. You can use any liner you want, whether it's liquid, marker, felt tip, or gel liner. Use whatever you're comfortable with. I'm using the Sigma winged liner in the E06, in case you were wondering. You can see I did a very small wing. Her eyeliner was always very thin, so that's what I'm going to try to stick to today. So I went ahead and did this eye off camera just because you already saw how I achieved this eye. Now in order to make your eyes appear smaller, you're going to fill in your waterline with either a cream liner, gel liner, and it'll help make your eyes appear smaller. I'm using MAC Molar. And I'm just going to fill in the top. I know this looks a little gross, but it's worth it. So Selena had very natural looking lashes, and I'm going to apply these Demi Wispies in 120 using my House of Lashes lash adhesive in black. So I'm going to apply that and let that dry a little, so by the time I'm ready to apply them, they'll be nice and tacky. For the lower lash line, I'm gonna apply a black kohl liner, same liner, it's Max Mulder, and I'm only gonna put it in the bottom 3/4 of my eyes. Like that. And then I'm gonna use a small smudging brush, whatever you like, just to blend that out a little bit. So your eyes are almost completed. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start curling my top lashes and then apply mascara. And while my lashes are still drying, I'm gonna move on to the face. I'm gonna be using L'Oreal's Voluminous Carbon Black Mascara. It's a great mascara. And just applying a little bit. You always want to curl your lashes, especially if you're going to be using false lashes, just so it'll be easier to blend. And Selena doesn't seem like she's worn a lot of mascara on the lower lash line, so we're going to skip that for today. And moving on to the face, I'm going to go in with the Hoola bronzer from Benefit. I got this as a sample and I really like it, so I'll go and apply that. You can use any blush that complements your skin tone. Make sure that it's more of a taupey color. That way it'll create more of a shadow so it looks more natural. And she didn't do any heavy contouring on her face, but I'm gonna use this and just add a little dimension. So I'm curving it in a little, and then I'm blending. Curving it will give the illusion that I have rounder cheekbones. I'm just gonna add a little bit on my forehead. On to blush. I'm gonna mix two blushes. I'm gonna use a Milani blush in Romantic Rose, and I'm also gonna mix the Tarte in Exposed. Based on the pictures that I've seen, her blush goes all the way back, so we're gonna do that. So I'm gonna start with the Milani, and I'm gonna start off with a little. I'm also bringing it onto the apples of my cheek, but I want to focus more of it on this part. Now going in with Exposed, just because it's a little darker, I'm just gonna apply that on this part. And to avoid any harsh lines, you always want to make sure that you blend everything out. Now it's time for the lashes. Always look down and start with the middle. And your lashes are on. Perfect. Now I'm going to slightly contour my nose a little using the same Hoola bronzer, and I'm not doing anything too crazy, just for a little definition. So I'm going to be using the Morphe E47 brush. And then to blend it, I'm going to use the MAC Oval brush in the number 3. Put any harsh lines and just blend upwards. Now for the center part, I'm just going to go in with my face powder. I'm just going to apply this with my hands. I'm going to go down the bridge, and I'm going to try to create a bowl. Once your lashes are on and it's secure, just go in with a little mascara. Blend everything in one more time. Make sure everything is intact. This is a look so far. And now the best part, onto her lips. So onto Selena's lips, we're gonna do a very classic red, and I'm gonna use what I have. And I'm gonna obviously overline my lips to create the shape of her lips as well. Now that I've already created the shape that I wanted with the cherry lip liner, I'm going to apply a little bit of Max Ruby Woo. And then I'm going to go in with a little bit of Lady Danger. I'm only going to put this in the middle. Actually, I like the way this looks, so I'm just gonna dab it lightly all over. And there's the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in my next video.